Happy day, beautiful people. Welcome back to another Energy of the Day reading. So today, the energy called for more oracle cards and a couple extra tarot cards. It called for a little extra today. So to that, beautiful people, I hope that you are taking time today to pour just a little extra into yourself because Source is calling for it, Spirit is calling for it, your higher self is calling for it. And I want you all to remember that there is nothing wrong with taking a little extra time to pour into yourself. You can't pour from an empty cup. I'm sure many of us needed to hear that, but there's probably one or two people in specific that needed to hear that more than the rest of us. You know who you are. If you feel attacked, I'm attacking you, friend, with love and light always. So let's go ahead and start with the oracle cards as usual, and then we will jump into the Seven of Pentacles and the Seven of Swords. We're going to start with hope. Hope is the perfect conductor for miracles. Be open always. Self-love is the best love. Your capacity to love is directly related to your ability to love yourself. I'm going to read it again. Your capacity to love is directly related to your ability to love yourself. I lied. I'm not going to make it through all of these cards before I start talking. But I think, again, just sitting here and looking at all of these cards, especially with the Seven of Swords, the Seven of Pentacles, the Warrior Woman, my worth is not dependent on action, and just these two oracle cards here. Now, this is not going to be the case for all of us, but I said to somebody, if you feel personally attacked or like I'm talking to you, I am talking to you again. The energy for today calls for you to stop lying to yourself about something, or for you to stop cheating yourself out of an experience or stealing from yourself. You guys can't see the table read that we have here in the back, but this book is 2,000 Questions About Me. It's a book that my husband and I picked up at Five Below a few years ago. And it's meant for you to ask yourself questions about you and really get to know you on a deeper level. Now, if you have a partner in your life, you can always ask the same questions of them to get to know them better. But somebody here needs to practice loving on themselves, being interested in themselves, pouring into themselves the same way that they are pouring into others. There's a situation that you have gotten yourself into that you keep pouring into, and it's not the situation for you. And just a little bit of pausing to reflect on your experiences and remembering who the fuck you are, engaging in some self-love and having hope for the future is going to help you to wiggle out of that situation. Again, that's just for one or a few people. Again, if you feel personally attacked and you feel like I'm talking to you, I am, friend, with love and light always. Let's go back into these oracle cards and then finish with the general message. We have, remember, both beauty and perfection are in the eye of the beholder. Behold, it is up to you to decide when your life is perfect, to decide when you feel good about something, to decide when something is good enough, not for anybody else, not for it to fit into any particular views and opinions that society may have on you or your situation, but for you to say. Affirmations for the energy of today, beautiful friends. I attract success, and my worth is not dependent on action. I'm gonna read it again. My worth is not dependent on action. Somebody needs to slow down, call off work. Call off work today. If you are listening to this very, very early in the morning, don't go to work today. I'm not telling anybody to get fired. If you know you're on your last call out, don't do that, friends. Please go to work, schedule some time off, but take some time for you today. Cancel the things that you had on your to-do list and spend some time getting to know you, getting to love you, taking care of you, and reflecting. So with that, we'll move on to the last oracle card, and then we will address the tarot cards that we have out here today. Warrior Woman, have you answered your deepest calling? You are here for a reason. You are being called to bravely pave a path. Have you answered your highest and deepest calling? Living a heart and soul-led life is not all fluffy and smooth sailing. Living a heart and soul-led life requires courage to triumph over fears. So often our fears are the gatekeeper for our greatest gifts, and the more resistance we have toward answering a call, the more important our soul's growth. The more important it is to our soul's growth. Sometimes fear is an indication that we are facing the right way. Joan of Arc was known for her courage and her famous line, "I am not afraid, I was born to do this." But the thing about courage is that it is not possible without fear. So if you are feeling afraid, what is needed is courage, and courage comes from living from the heart. Think of your fears as opportunities to expand rather than things that are holding you hostage. If you look at your fears in this light, then as uncomfortable as it might feel, it's actually a sign that you are on the right track. Don't worry about anything. Don't. And I say that, and sometimes when I hear it, I'm just like, girl, shut up. But don't worry about anything. There's really nothing that you can do about fear except for continue to move forward. There's nothing that you can do about insecurity except for continue to move forward. There's nothing that you can do about stagnation except for continue to move forward. You have to understand that with action comes reaction, comes outcome, so on and so forth. Remember that you attract success. You have to have hope. It is the perfect conductor for miracles. You should always be open to crazy, wild shit happening, because why the fuck not? Who's gonna tell you it can't besides you? Some people that don't mean anything. So let's keep going. We have the Seven of Pentacles. I want, if somebody's been seeing the number 7, 77, 777, 777, 777, or any combination of those, please make sure that you look into the meaning of those angel numbers. I love y'all dearly, but I'm not gonna pretend like I can remember these things off the top of my head. I know 7 has something to do with the number of completion, and that's about as far as my memory allows me to go, beautiful friends. So 7 of Pentacles calls for you to pause and reflect on what you have going on, and also be very grateful. You can see this lady here has been growing some plants, and it's so funny because I have the same plants sitting outside of the view of the camera. There's a monstera behind me. There's a peace lily over to my right. I also have a giant king palm that is behind me, and then a snake plant off to the right. She is taking a look at how far she's come. She was watering her plants, and she stood back and she said, you know what? Friend, go ahead. Look at what you've done. Look at what you have been able to pour into your life. You've been doing the work. You're wildly successful. You are growing. You are rooted. You are getting that shit done. Now, these things that you are pouring into may not be in full bloom at this time, but that is okay. You need to know that they exist. You need to know that they are going to continue to grow as long as you continue to pour into that. It's time to fall into faith and pause and give thanks. Realize that you are living, breathing, and you are the result of all of your memories, your hopes, your hard work, your dreams, and all that shit. Keep moving. But in this moment, friends, today is the day for you to take some time and pause and reflect. I'll say again, somebody needs to schedule some time off work or cancel your plans if you are a full-time entrepreneur like me. Don't do anything, but spend some time reflecting and being grateful and thinking about where you're going. Now, the last card we have here, friends, is the Seven of Swords. Now, swords, it's the suit of air energy. It often represents the mind or the intellect. So like I said, for some of you, this Seven of Swords energy is mental. You are in a place where you are either moving in silence quickly, or you could be lying to yourself about some particular experience or thing that you have going over, and that's it. The Seven of Swords can also remind you to make sure that you are taking only what you need. This lady had the opportunity to take all 7 of these swords, but she left 2 behind, took 5, and continued to move forward and get the fuck away from the place that she was before. Make sure that you are only taking what you need, beautiful friends. And as it relates to the mind, make sure that you are leaving behind any negative thoughts. You don't need that shit. You only want the things that are going to empower you and help to propel you forward. Don't deceive yourself. Don't allow anyone to deceive you. And be open and in alignment with your own beautiful, powerful self. Reflect, friends. Reflection is what the energy of today is. Gratitude, loving on yourself, having hope for your future, answering the calling. I love you all, and I will see you next time.